Michael Diamond in for Stephen LeDrew. Stephen's on a much-needed vacation. After many years of putting out these videos, he's taking some time to recalibrate and come back recharged. Just a reminder, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and if you're so inclined to see these videos come out each and every weekday morning, please donate if you're able to. Really appreciate that. Here, I'm joined with Dan McTeague. Dan was a veteran Liberal member of Parliament from a very different time when a very different Liberal Party. But last week, Canadian politics was shaken when Justin Trudeau announced that, like his father, he took a walk in the snow himself and is setting the stage for a leadership race to replace him. So far, we know several candidates aren't running. His new finance minister and childhood babysitter, Dominic LeBlanc, is out. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly has decided not to run. Seriously considering running are three very well-known candidates in Liberal circles, but not particularly well-known outside. You have Mark Carney, the former governor of the Bank of Canada and Bank of England, zero elected experience. Chrystia Freeland, who'd been Justin Trudeau's lieutenant for much of this run, and Christy Clark, the former BC Liberal leader and Premier of BC, who brought in one of the first ever carbon taxes in Canada. So, Dan, these three candidates who are looking, do any of them have the magic sauce, the secret sauce they need to get this party back in election-winning shape?
Not at all. Not in any way, shape, or form. I mean, directly or indirectly associated with the Justin Trudeau Liberal time in government, it leaves a very, very significant stain on every one of their ambitions. But let's take them. Christy Clark, no one knows her outside of BC. Perhaps she's picked up French. That's great. As far as Chrystia Freeland, whether we're talking vibe session or guardrails, all of these things have, or maybe Disney subscriptions. She doesn't have a whole lot to offer other than more of the same. Also, Mr. Carney. Of course, that is favored by some who believe that this is the guy who can make the party tick again. This is the guy who was working behind the curtain, pulling the strings of Justin Trudeau on the green policies that have badly damaged the Canadian economy. So none of the three will amount to anything that'll be anything different. As the Who said from their famous song, Bubba Riley, meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Same as the old boss. So these three candidates, none of them really seem to have a chance of winning the next election. It seems to me the goal here is to get a portrait hung up in the halls of Parliament and have that there for eternity, but they will not be long-standing prime ministers. So what does the next leader of the Liberal Party, if it's one of those three, if it's one of the other dark horse candidates who's put them forward, what do they need to think about in terms of the future of the Liberal Party?
The long-term and preventing the party from slipping into irrelevance and basically not existing after a period of time. I've had this discussion with Stephen. You and I have talked about this in the past. I think there's a very good chance the Liberal Party will disappear, if not merge with the NDP and become permanently ensconced with the far left in this country.
So from Liberals who served with you, does that mean a whole bunch of them would start voting Conservative in that two-way split, do you think?
Too early to tell, but I think if Poilievre plays his cards correctly and becomes the party that adopts the centre and has the gravitas and understands where average ordinary Canadians are, makes the Conservative Party the big tent party the Liberal Party once was, I think it's his for a generation. So
what we have here is a leadership election that's all about a painting and not about forming government. Michael Diamond in for Stephen LeDrew. Remember, please subscribe, please donate.
To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.